Hey everyone, check this thing out. Looks like a pretty sweet customized SBR adjustable buttstock on here. Sniper gray coating all over it with some red accessories, trigger, mag button, charging handle, and even a red bolt carrier group. Now believe it or not, this thing is actually an air gun. This is a BB gun. Could you imagine if we had these when we were kids? It would be insane. This portion of Sunday Gunday is brought to you by the Air Gun Depot. Now, where does this fit into the grand scheme of things that I do here on the channel? Well, believe it or not, a gun like this is actually a really good training tool for a lot of people out there. First-time shooters, someone who maybe not quite as experienced at shooting and they want something to just sort of practice and learn on. What's great about an air gun like this is that it has all the same touch points as its real-life counterpart, so you can get in some reps, get in some proper training while still having the same configuration that you would run on a real rifle. Now, Air Gun Depot opened back in 2002 when the founders Scott and Todd wanted to provide air gunners with a great resource to view and purchase a much broader selection of high-end air guns that aren't really available in brick and mortar sportsman stores. Since then, Air Gun Depot has grown to become one of the largest volume dealers of air guns, airsoft, paintball, blank guns, crossbows, and other shooting accessories here in the US. As a small company, they're able to provide the type of personalized services, selection, and low prices that you guys deserve. So Air Gun Depot offers awesome platforms like this, and I left out the best part. If we come over here to the safety side of this Crosman R1, we got a normal safety selector, but it goes a little bit further. This thing is full auto. Now, if you guys want to see me go outside and run some courses of fire with this thing, I'd be happy to. I'm gonna do it regardless because it's a lot cheaper than shooting actual ammo, and you still get the same touch points like I talked about. What would be more fun than watching me do it is you guys doing it yourself. So if you enjoy Sunday Gunday and you really like these videos, you can support me and these videos by checking out airgundepot.com. They have a huge selection of really awesome things like this. And on that note, I think I'm gonna go outside and have some fun with this guy. Huge thank you to Air Gun Depot for sponsoring this portion of Sunday Gunday. What's going on, everyone? My name is Talon Sai and you are watching Sunday Gunday. I hope you're all having a great Sunday so far. Today's video is going to be sort of a follow-up to two different videos that I made, one on my main channel and one here on this channel, coming from an event known as Romp in the Swamp. This event was put on by a few different companies, Caldwell and Crimson Trace being some of the main players in this, as well as Smith & Wesson. Now I'm going to leave links to both of the videos up in the cards and down in the description below. So over on my main channel, we did a lot of fun stuff. We were riding around the Everglades in some airboats, checking out alligators. We actually went alligator hunting in that video. And then on the video on this channel here, Sunday Gunday, we did some 3-gun competition shooting. We were shooting miniguns. There was all sorts of full auto stuff there. So check out those videos when you get a second. Now today we're going to be taking a look at the 2 guns that we were using during that 3-gun, technically a 2-gun event, both of which are coming from Smith & Wesson's Performance Center. We've got both an AR and an M&P pistol here. Let's start off with the rifle. This happens to be Performance Center's M&P-15. Smith & Wesson's M&P-15 rifles are basically the ideal modern sporting rifle. When I think of an AR-15, this is basically exactly what I think of. They're built to perform multiple uses between competition, self-defense, and basically everything else in between. This one in particular features their Performance Center Muzzle Break, a 2-stage match-grade trigger, a 15-inch free-float Troy Alpha M-Lock handguard, and then mounted on the end of that handguard we have a Crimson Trace CMR 301 Railmaster. That's a 1000 lumen light, also with a laser combo. This one came equipped with a stock that I'm not super familiar with. It's coming from Voltor, VLTOR. This is their mod stock. It is a 16.5-inch rifle with 5R rifling, and the barrel is coming with a 1-in-8 right-hand twist. And now for the handgun. This is the Performance Center M&P-9 M2.0. They offer these in a ton of different variations, so this one happens to be the ported version with a 5-inch barrel and their slide core, which means that this thing is optic ready. It's chambered in 9mm, 17+1 capacity, and it comes in with a weight of about 28.6 ounces. It does come equipped with suppressor height sights with white dots in both the front and the rear. There's some really nice ports along the slide, and then the front 2 ports are actually functional for the barrel. The other 6 are reducing weight and adding a little bit of aesthetics to the gun, but the front 2 are functional because underneath that 5-inch barrel is actually ported. Everything else on the handgun is pretty standard. Up top we have a Crimson Trace optic mounted up, which I'm not going to talk about a whole lot because since I received this gun, Crimson Trace has released their RAD line. If you haven't seen their RAD optics, I'd highly recommend checking them out. You can find some videos of those on my channel. And then underneath on the accessory rail, we have a Crimson Trace Railmaster with a 400 lumen weapon light and a laser combo. Now before we get into shooting these things today, let's take a look back at some of the highlights from the shooting competition. I believe I ended up placing like 2nd or 3rd next to 2 competitive shooters who like do this for a living pretty much. So I was pretty proud of myself. The guns performed great, so let's take a look at that first and then we'll come back out here and start shooting some more.
Stand by. If you finish unloading so clear. Hammer down.
Now let's get things moving again. We're gonna warm up with just a little 20 round mag here. I think my favorite thing about this gun already is that muzzle brake. This thing shoots so flat. Now moving on to the Performance Center M&P 2.0 5-inch ported barrel. If you've watched my channel for any amount of time, you will know that I love Smith & Wesson guns. I shoot them very naturally right out of the box, just a completely stock gun. These platforms are amazing. I forget how this thing even shoots because that event was a long time ago, so I'm excited to shoot this again. Woo! Flat. go for a little distance all across the range. Alright guys, time for some final thoughts on both of these guns. I'm going to give you my thoughts basically all together because these have a lot in common. The main thing is that they both shoot very flat, and because of that you can shoot them very fast. So my favorite thing on the Performance Center M&P-15, it's got to be this muzzle device up here. The Performance Center Muzzle Break makes this thing shoot insanely flat. The dot of the Crimson Trace is just dead on, completely straight the entire time, and because it shoots so flat it allows you to shoot basically as fast as your trigger finger will move. Everything else on here is pretty standard. M-LOK rail allowing you to run a light laser combo like this here. The trigger is pretty standard. The furniture also pretty standard. This is my first time, well, second time now using this buttstock, and this thing is really comfortable. The grip is sort of a rubberized texture, also very comfortable. The trigger, pretty great. So the main thing I love about this is that it shoots flat. Same thing with this 5-inch M&P. Thanks to those ports up there in the barrel and obviously the ported slide, this thing also shoots extremely flat. When something shoots flat and you can keep that red dot on target, then of course you can shoot fast. The one thing that sort of prevents me from shooting this quickly is the trigger on here. I've never been a huge fan of the M&P triggers. They definitely improved them in the 2.0 versions. The one thing I don't like about it is the articulation, which I believe Smith & Wesson, since I'm filming this video, has now gotten rid of. When I pull this back, it sort of articulates like a trigger safety, and then the brake is way far back here in the trigger guard, so once you're almost all the way back there, the brake is pretty crisp and clean. The reset, it's pretty good, not quite as tactile and audible as some Glocks or just aftermarket triggers. The CZ P10C is probably one of my favorite stock triggers out on the market. So I don't necessarily love this trigger, but damn, this thing still shoots really well. The grip angle complements it. The Crimson Trace optic on there complements it really well too, and there's just a lot of good things to say about the M&P platform. Now I know we went sort of quick through both of these guns, but if you guys have any questions on them, let me know in the comments down below. Also check out that previous video where I went more into depth on some of these guns. After shooting them again here out on the range, just sort of for fun, I understand why these guns were chosen for that competition. You can shoot them flat, you can shoot them fast, and you can shoot them very accurately as well. So that's it. Again, any questions, let me know in the comments down below. If you like these videos, share them with your friend, leave likes and comments. If you want to get Sunday Gunday videos early, check us out over on Patreon. You can get videos up to a week, sometimes even a month early, and any support over there is greatly appreciated. You can join our exclusive Discord only through Patreon, so check that out if you want to have a one-on-one conversation with me. That's going to be all for today. If you guys are new to this channel, consider clicking subscribe. I make new videos every other week. As always, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you in the next one.